Hello, Becky fans. You may be wondering what you are watching. You might be watching the video that will make you a sensation at your next Halloween party. I want to play a game. I'm going to give you some instructions on how to do this look. If you follow them, you just might go home with first prize at the party. If you do not, you will go home empty-handed, feeling like a loser. Let's begin.
Okay guys, first I'm taking my Ben Nye Clown White Cream makeup and applying that in large globs to various sections of my face. My body heat will help melt it so it's easier to apply and spread around evenly. Once that's done, I'm taking my RCMA Original No Color Powder to set the cream makeup. Then I'm taking my Makeup Revolution Nightmare Before Christmas Sally palette in the color Frankenstein and just mapping out where I want my lines to go. Then I'm going to blend them out heavily. You can always add more. Right now we're starting with the light gray and then we'll move on to a black later to deepen the lines. Using that same gray color, I'm going to give myself a little bit of a butt chin and then blend that out heavily, just like I did on the lines on the side of my mouth. And continuing that same process to define my nose and begin to hollow out my eye sockets a bit. And yes, you guessed it, using the same palette, same color, I'm going to round out my cheeks to give me that more extended look. And remember, every single line we put on our face, we are going to blend out heavily. And then I can continue to add darker colors as I move along my cheek line. Now I'm switching to the James Charles Morphe palette in the appropriately named Spooky Black color. I'm just going to go over every single gray line that I did with black. And yes, of course you guessed it, I'm going to blend that out heavily. Now using this Pro Paint by Graftobian in the shade Crimson Red, I'm just going to map out exactly where I want the swirls on his cheeks to go. Now this is kind of controversial because some people like to do quite large swirls and some people only want to do a few lines. But do it however you want and make the look your own. Then after filling in however you have your swirls, we're going to go ahead and try to put the red corneas on your eyes. Now remember, when painting on your eyes, you have to try to keep your eyes closed as tight as possible without wrinkling. If you have hooded eyes like I do, this step can be a little challenging, but you're just going to have to make it work for the sake of makeup. I like to close one eye and then I will kind of pull my eye tight and then I'll let it dry. You have to make sure and let it dry completely. I like to use a hair dryer anytime I'm working on my eyes, but make sure you have it on the cool setting so you don't burn your eyelids. Then as you can see, I took the black color from Pro Paint by Graftobian in the shade Raven Black, and I just filled in around the red corneas and then made some creepy little swoopy eyebrows, and that's pretty much all there is to it. But the most important part is to make sure it is completely dry. Then I just took the end of a very large paintbrush, dipped it in the paint to try and make as perfect of a circle for the pupil as I could get. Now, as you can see, it is very, very difficult to make the eyes match if you're doing this look on yourself. So you may want to solicit some help so your character doesn't look like he's looking in two different directions like mine did. But it's okay because he's kind of like a sadistic little puppet. So if he's looking two different directions, it's fine. It adds character. Then grabbing my L'Oreal Black Infallible Eyeliner, I'm going to line my waterline pretty heavily going outside of my eyelashes. This step is totally optional. It really only will be seen if you have your eyes open and you need to, I don't know, walk around and not trip over things. So if you have your eyes closed, you won't even be able to tell. So if this is just for photos, then you can totally skip this step if you want to. Then I'm grabbing my Pro Paint in the color Crimson, and I'm going to line my lips as much as you want. The actual picture has thin lips, but I kind of wanted more of a Joker style effect. So do it however you want. And then I'm going to go in with black eyeshadow and pat out the middle of my lips.
Congratulations! You have successfully duplicated this jigsaw look. You should be proud of your accomplishment. Now you can go out into the world knowing that you are awesome. Remember, going forth this Halloween season, have fun, and as always, stay safe. Thank you for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel unless you want to play another game.